Welcome back to Badge Garage. Trying to keep the camera out of the lights because it sends it all a bit. I've got quite a bit of work to do today, especially on the 7R. But I'm going to try and break it up into a couple of videos. The first thing I want to do is get the oil dropped, replace the oil filter, and change the clutch plates. And I want to try and do that in one video, which is what I'm going to do now. And then of course I've got a few bits to do with the tank, so we can get that all fitted, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, there will be no more real work to do on the 7R. Once that's done, I'm still having a few problems with the indicators on the Bandit, even though I've cleaned them. So I have bought some new ones, but I bought a set, and you would expect that the rear ones would have longer stalks on, but no, they're all exactly the same size. They are still visible outside of the plate. So I'm probably going to have to fit these, because I'm still having problems with them either not working or flashing quite fast, and if it gets any of that at the MOT, it's just going to fail it on them. So looks like I'm putting these on the Bandit. So yeah, I've Bandits outside, bit of a space. So we're going to pull the 7R out into the middle of the room, get it jacked up, and then we'll get the fairings off and drop the oil and crack on from there. I'll try and do it as detailed as I can, because you know, I know there's 1,000,001 oil change videos on all sorts of bikes, but you know, there may as well be another one, you know, and I'll try and detail it, although you know, I'm not an expert at this sort of thing, but you know, changing oil is not that difficult. Changing clutch plates aren't that difficult. Just so you know, the clutch, I'm not going for a complete clutch set. You know, I'm not changing the metal plates. It's just the actual clutch plates themselves, and the springs. I'm putting heavy duty springs in. So I'll basically be pulling out the clutch plates and then chucking in the new ones, torquing everything back up, putting the case back up together, and filling it up with oil. So let's get cracking on with that. Right, so took both side fairings off. The only reason I really need to get this side fairing off, for one, I need to clean up down here. So I don't think that's ever been cleaned under there, and obviously all whatever lube comes out of this casing, you know, it comes down here. It's all over here. So we'll get that cleaned off. But the reason I need to get this side off is to get the oil filter off. And it surprises me how bad these headers are, even though they're under a fairing. At the top of the headers is fine. It's just that section there. And I would assume it's where all the rainwater comes in through here and just runs along the pipe, because it's literally just from here to the junction box there. Standard exhaust, isn't it? Yeah, ideally it could do with a set of headers on it, but yeah. Anyway, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to drop the oil and get that oil filter changed. Once I've changed the oil filter and clean this bottom of the sump up here, I can put this panel back on and work from the other side. Right, so I am going to try and use some Uncle Bill specials. See if we can get onto. I don't think it'll be on too tight. See if we can undo that, so we can put the new one on. Yeah, it's loose anyway, it's not. Trying to do this while I'm put a cloth there to try and yeah, nice. There we go. We'll let that dribble for a bit, clean it off, and then we'll put the new one. Not sure what that bit is there. What that silver bit is there. Assuming that's part of the. Is this an original? Yeah, it's proper Kawasaki one. That's probably why. Yeah, we'll get that swapped off. Yeah, I'll get that cleaned off, and we'll be back when I've fitted the new one. They look shit, don't they? Them fucking hell. Oh well. Right, so oil filter is in. Sump plugs back in. We're just gonna give this a clean down. I'll get this side panel back on so we can work from the other side. Not really much to show you here, apart from you don't want to see a bit of cleaning. So I'll get this all washed off so I can get this side panel back on and out of the way. What I do keep forgetting about is how high I can put this damn thing. I don't need to lay on the floor. I've just been laying on the floor doing that, and I don't need to, because I keep forgetting that this will jack up. Ooh. I mean, that's at chest height, that is, and it'll, you know, I could probably get it to almost touch the ceiling. Anyway, I've jacked it up a little bit, make it a little bit easier for me to clean that off. Alright, so all that side's back on. So we put the oil filter on, put that up and tight, shove the sump bolt back in, nip that up, and put the panel on. Now we can shove the bike back into this side to give us more room on the other side to make a start and do the clutch. Alright, so I've got to move this water bottle out of the way. I think it's just these two, one here and one here, these two 10mm bolts here, and I think that should just swing out of the way, and then we can just crack off the case. I'll try and show you as best I can, but it's trying to put the camera somewhere where it's not going to be in my way. Right, so it's got a series of look like 7 or 8. I would imagine they're 8s, but we'll give it a bash, and we're just going to whip that off. Shouldn't take me too long, that. So some of those felt like they were thread locked in, but anyway, let's see if we can pull this off. That's on there. There we go. Nice. Now the bolts, they are different size bolts, and I have tried to keep them in some sort of an order. will try to put them back in. The same order. Tell you what, I should put that there. Rest that there. So now all I've got to do is undo these and swap the plates over. And I have just noted that obviously the last plate. I don't know if you can see that. The last plate goes into. See, all the other plates are in this notches here, but the last one's obviously going into there. So I need to make sure I put that last plate in that space there. Lovely. So these bolts aren't actually that tight, but let's try and loosen them off in opposites. Try and bring it off as even as we can. Like I say, there's not an awful lot of pressure on these anyway. That was already coming loose. I'll come back to you when I've got the plates off and we're ready to put the other ones back in. Right, so I'm ready to take these plates out. Yeah, so that comes off, and then this plate, which I don't know if you can see, goes in to that different slot just there, and all the rest go into these slots. So I do just have to remember when I'm doing that I put these back in. Now the plates don't look, I mean, I don't know how good or bad a plate's meant to look anyway, but I wouldn't say the plates look terrible, but they were starting to slip. So, and these clutch plates have been in here as long as I've had the bike, so it just makes sense to change them anyway. I mean, in comparison to a new one, how do they look? I don't know. But yeah, let's get these all swapped out. Right, so I've put all the plates in. I've just got to put the pressure plate back on. I have purchased some heavy duty springs, which I'm going to swap for those springs there, and get this all put back together, and then we'll look at the torque settings for that, and then we can get the cover on. I have cleaned round the edge. There wasn't much stuck to it. There's little bits here and there, but yeah, shouldn't really need any any gasket sealants or anything on there. But let's just get these springs put back in here. So I've got this rather nifty little thing here that I can use to notch these in a bit easier than having a ratchet in my hand. They've all bottomed out now. I'll just check if they need to be torqued. I'm not sure. Right, so they're apparently supposed to be 8 Newton meters. So I shall grab my little torque wrench. Set. Set that to 8. And then I should you have to do it in the star pattern apparently. There you go, 8 Newton meters, and then we can look at sorting the gasket out and getting that put on. Right, so it's a little bit conflicting. Some say that you should use some sealant on this, but a lot of them say you don't. So I'm gonna risk it by not. I have had to clean the gasket, but it doesn't look like there's any sealant on it. I thought there was, but the black there is paint. I've cleaned it off. So what I'm going to do is just use some grease, line that with grease, put the gasket on, do the same on the engine, and go with that. It's got 2 choices, hasn't it? Either leaks or it don't. I'm hoping it won't leak, but if it does, it's not going to be difficult to fix. So yeah, I'm going to get some grease around this, fit the new gasket, because I had to fit a new gasket anyway because the other one was ripped when I pulled it off, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be sound. I can't see why it would leak. There it goes anyway. Right, so we've got grease around here. We've got grease around here holding that on. Oops. Yeah. Now all I've got to do is put the engine case back on. without knocking the gasket. There's locating dowels, so it should just drop on. And of course I've got my I'll get my smaller one. Got different size ones. Oops. To fit in there. And then we can start putting the bolts around. Now I know these three go in the bottom. Hold on. Start from these two, definitely go in there, and these three go in here, and these longer ones go in here. These middle-sized ones go in the top, and then I can just whip them till they almost start to bite. I really hope this doesn't leak. I don't think it will though. So we're just doing those up just till they touch, and then I'll have a look, see if there is a torque setting for them, which I'm sure there is, and then we can get some oil in it, and that'll be this job done. And get cleaned down. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be, to be honest. Hope it's not going to be too much of a drag. So and then of course if it does leak, then I can always redo it. It's no big deal. But I have been assured that on a clutch case cover, grease is sufficient. Now I'm just going to go and find the torque settings and get that torqued up. Turn the damn camera off. Right, so those casing bolts are 10 Newton meters. All I've got to do now is clean it all down, put the bottle back on, put some oil in it, and we're done. See what, that is some weird coloured oil. I've seen like that before. I mean, that's the other stuff I bought. That's new, which I soaked the Dutch plates in. But I mean, this, it says on it Kawasaki. You know, it is a bike oil. Is it something to do with it being synthetic? Don't know. I've never seen oil that colour before. It's normally like that. Oh well. Oil's oil, innit? No? Oh well. Yeah, we'll just see how it goes leak wise. We'll get it turned over, get some oil pressure, get the oil round, top it back up, and then that'll be done for the day today, because this just took a lot longer than I expected to. But anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time. Cheers.